Greetings, my friends. I am here to speak about certain aspects for those who are certain ideas. Take whatever resonate with you. There are many people that do not consider the power or the impact of the cosmos, the planets, and all that as important. So there were many people who will. But if you choose to implicate yourself, know that there is this great, powerful portal which will come tomorrow on the fifth portal. It is a very powerful portal of energy that will that will really align us with our mind, body, and spirit. There is and this will happen. The integration of those new energies will happen from the 6th to the 9th mostly, but all the way to the full moon in Scorpio on the 12th. There's going to be a great deal of integrations, and Chiron and Mercury are coming in alignment. Those two planets, which will favor the healing, just as Pluto is moving into retrograde for 5 months, which will really bring into light into the shadows. So with those new energies, all the soul projects and soul desires will be assisted and supported, but all the ego desires will find a lot of resistance, and we'll see a lot of changes on the world stage as there are many shadow accounts that are being closed. A lot of elites that have gained a lot of wealth in a way that's corrupted and illegal, immoral, are being removed from their resources, and the dark elites are also being removed little by little. Right now, they're still creating all kinds of havoc in Europe. Chaos with the CERN and particle accelerator, they are able to create blackouts, and but all those actions are allowed by heaven, so that the light can be used. All those actions with countermeasures to favor the plan of God, and slowly but surely remove all those dark technologies. For the war is the war of the psyche that is going on the energetic level. But so it's like there is really a progressive enlightenment that is coming for us. There are those who come with higher energy, awakened memories. We are following our own path, but for humanity, it has to happen very progressively. In the past, when great beings from the stars came down on the earth as the gods of mythologies and so on, and tried to create enlightenment, it ended up with much chaos. But right now it's happening slowly but surely. Time is still accelerated, and there is this global ascension that is in progress. Right now, we're still seeing ourselves. I'm going to pull a card for the day to see what. There is a lot of energetic blockages that are being removed on the settled planes as far as national identities. And it is the card of destiny. So we were really in the brink of a great change. For me, it's like when I turn to my I am presence, my soul, my spirit, it's like they're telling me that I am rich, I am empowered, I am free. But when I wake up in the morning and know that I am in the red in the bank, and I don't know how I'm going to buy food for the day, it's like it's hijacking my whole energy. I have to transcend those limitations of the mind in order to maintain my frequency. And I know all that is physical and material is only temporary. It's very ephemeral, and what's coming from the soul and the spirit is permanent. So it is a bit challenging over time, but we'll definitely pass through that. And I know that the transition will, when it's going to be coming all at once. And I thank you very much. Not to forget to like, to subscribe. I thank you for your sharings and for your donations if you can. It's really assists me in surviving those times. Very soon I feel I will be liberated on that level. For right now, there is a progressive elimination of all kinds of energies that separated countries and cultures. And so very soon we're going to stop recognizing ourselves as I am French, I am American, I am this, I am that, but we'll see ourselves as being of the earth, as cosmic beings connected to higher frequency, higher energies, and eventually, once we'll fuse with our I am presence, God will recognize us as children of God. We can already see ourselves as that, but as children of God, we'll have great privilege in the universe. And so right now there's like Seneca, the philosopher, says, I don't come from a corner of the earth, I come from the whole earth. And we're really moving towards this global understanding of communities and family. We're only one family, but it has to come very progressively. It's not about it's not about dissolving we're dissolving national identity, but not in the way that the new world order or the globalists wanted to do that. We want to do that under the Christ we become Christed being. We still want to preserve the social memory complex and the wealth of the culture we chose to be born under. For every time we are reborn, we choose a new identity, a new culture. So it's only very temporary. But these have a great deal of value, and my project is about overlapping culture. Every culture in the world has something is an asset to the global consciousness. It's not about the mediocrity of standardization that they're trying to impose with their vision. Well, I'm not criticizing, but it's really a clear choice to move into the Enlightenment and the Renaissance, or to stay within the matrix of submission to the dark. Although it's not going to last for very long. So just see yourself as a child of God, as a child of the universe. What we conceive, we can create. What we believe, what we think, we make, we become. And what we believe, what we feel, we make real. So it's whatever we believe will become. So just continue to cultivate your highest sense of self. It is very important. And so it's very important to realize that there is a decentralization of the systems of operation. Life is omnicentric; it is everywhere, and it's like we're moving into from a bipolar reality of yin and yang, good and bad, to a unipolarity of reality. You here and now. It's always been and will always be you here and now, and so we're integrating. And that will increase our sense of self will increase as we are able to integrate more unity and love. We become self-governing rather than being commanded by some deep state oligarchy. Yeah? But we have to be. We are right now recalibrating into the submission to our inner self, our inner divinity, and that is really what our Christ consciousness, the Christos and Sophia, the yin and the yang within ourselves, the Father, Mother, God of our universe. And we need to re-establish communication with our higher intelligence, and that is following the heart. For there is all that are guided by the heart are guided by the one supreme intelligence that has the highest good of all in the plan. So it's I'm just expressing my thoughts and ideas, but there is a lot of common sense as well. We need to return to common sense, the highest good of all. How does things feel? The feeling states will always tell us how do we stand in relationship to our inner self. So what we seek is peace and harmony, to find joy, to share the joy. For sometimes diplomacy requires compromise, but there is always higher war and brutality and violence is always inferior to intelligence, compromise, and the ability to find common ground. So trust and rely on your soul and the guidance of your heart is very important. We hope that those in command of the world's power will more and more be able to rely on their soul and the guidance of their heart. For there is a supreme intelligence within that guides all this process. So it is important to be more and more anchored within whatever frequency of light that we our heart open our third eye, so we can start to see progressively to unfold this magical universe that we are. We all are a universe, a unique universe within the universe, a microcosm within a macrocosm. For me, I'm integrating more and more of this a very new light, not a new light, but more and more this light. It's a diamond light with a blue shining overspread with blue energy. It is the light at which I communicate with my universal Father. For diamond light is something very pure, it's a transparent light that we cannot share. It's too powerful. We can only integrate it. You can call on the master that works within this diamond light, which his name is Serapis Bey, or the goddess of purity. There are many others that can assist you in activating this diamond light within yourself. And it is important what I'm seeking to do when I feel those difficulties of my physical expression right now, is to surrender my challenges and my limitation to my inner divinity, to see how God will handle that on the co-creative process with me. Because I'm experiencing really true abundance and freedom when I turn internally, but it's like when I looked at my life externally, it's really affecting the difficulty of my financial difficulties. Are really, if I take a measure of my external life, it's like it's not very rejoicing. But when I turn inside, I feel all this liberation. So Spirit says, "Well, we're gonna take care of you. We're gonna." So it's just learning patience. Spirit was talking to me about the possibility of an evacuation. So I don't think everything will be able to move into a gentle timelines. Well, we won't need that. But the original timelines during the Cold War, there was really the possibility of a total destruction of the physicality of the planet. And if the planet becomes too chaotic, we might be evacuated. Because at the time of the Cold War, the Arcturians created bioships. They're like a huge planet, they're spherical. I visited them in the 90s, one of them. They were parked outside of Jupiter. And I visited them. They're beautiful. They resemble the Earth. They're bioships. And those ships could be used, if necessity, to evacuate the planet. So they're still there. But hopefully we won't need it. And... So yeah, we're hoping that we won't need it. And for now, we're just wanting to serve without expectations, without. We continue to be there, to be present, to as much as possible. For me, I'm just ready to be called. When God thinks He needs me for anything, I'm there. I'm present. And there was this question that came into my mind: to flex or not to flex. There is this very thing. I feel the more we have to flex is mean to boast about your success, or to show your wealth, or to show abundance. The less you have, the more it is necessary to do that, because you're calling on to, you're saying to the universe, I am attracted to abundance, prosperity, wealth, whatever, success. But the more you're manifesting your success or your wealth, the less you need to show it to others. So it's like, it's just to find a balance and harmony. For I know when my projects will start, I'll have to show that to the world, because also you attract what you present, what you project. And so it is important not to judge, and to stay true to ourselves in relationship to whatever the moment calls. Well, I hope this messages was interesting for you. I'm going to pull a few cards from the Dakini to see, and this is a message that will be all the way to the 12th of this month, and we'll also have a Wesak moon. Well, the card, we'll call it the card of the day, is the elixir fruit, the essence, the desire to test the best things out of life. It requires certain discriminations, but it's about, we came here with the desire to experience the best possible life. Everybody has these desires, and so we want to surrender that to God, so He can bring it to us in a way that is aligned with the divine will. So let's see what the situation is: an increase of power. It is Shiva, the power of light. It's really, there is this increase of power that is coming, but we will be able to handle power with wisdom and grace and gentleness. What comes around the situation is a purification. It is puja. It is really, there is a need to purify, the continuation of the purification of our intention, of our mind, of our physical body. so that our emotions are more because the feeling state and the emotion is a barometer. Sometimes we have those emotions are fourth dimensional constructs when the physical body is a third dimensional construct at this time, and we have to deal with that. After that, our consciousness can be very elevated. We still have to deal with cellular memories which produce emotions, so that we're continuing this purification. What we see in our conscious mind that will unfold before us is a threefold riddle. It's something that it means that the ego mind will not be able to resolve the we're passing through the valley of the shadows. So it's about surrendering to our God self and to our higher self. So we'll see what happens so it means it only the higher minds will be able to solve, to bring the answer, and for that we need to turn to the center of the universe, the Mount Meru. So when you don't know how to resolve a problem from a mental plane, just turn to God, surrender the problem to God, ask your higher self to show you the way, to explain, and from our subconscious, the distant past, what's emerging is as above, so below. We have anchored so much light and goodwill within our consciousness that we deserve this descension of higher energies and good. And where we are now is a horse play. It means we want to be light, we want to have fun, we want to play. It's very important to do that. What's coming in the near future is the fire of sacrifice. It means sometimes we need to sacrifice certain things to obtain something else. And for that, what will come as a result of that, once we understand what we need to let go in order to achieve something else, is the mother's milk, is the desire for the duality of consciousness to return to the great unity. Our strength and power within the situation. Sometimes it reflects a little bit my own consciousness also, but I do feel I'm doing it with the intention of addressing the consciousness of all those who will see those videos, is eternal life. This power of eternal life. There is always everything that we experience, think, and experience down here on the physical plane is ephemeral, but there is a higher light that guides the whole process. It is our soul, it is our divinity, and that is the most powerful force. So we are the anchorage of eternal life within this reality, and it is very important that we remind others of their own divinity and their own eternal soul. What comes to us from the outside world, our environment, is Mercury, the power of the mind, the power of the magician. So it is important that we integrate the spiritual energy within our mind as well. Mercury is the messenger of the sun when we are enlightened, and right now it will move in conjunction with Chiron, the planet Chiron, the wounded healer. So we may have some wounds that come up to be healed, and they will be understood by the mind. What comes to us from our hopes and fears, our emotional body, is a dangerous pussy, the past. So understand all the past needs to be integrated. So before it can be filed within the drawers of our mind. So sometimes some things we don't want to hold on to the past, but the past, if the past comes up, it needs to be integrated. So have compassion in relationship to your past, in relationship to your older self, as well as all the other actors and protagonists in the story of your life. Once that is done and we can achieve unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness in relationship to our past, he will not bite us. For here, it's like the tiger can bite us. And the outcome is the way through, a really new doorway, a gateway to some higher consciousness. It is the hermit. It is also the acceptation that we are a light unto ourselves, but eventually we're going to very soon be moved into a more integrated social context where we're going to be able to express all this light into the world. But it is the way through. The way through is within. It is within and above. So I hope this message resonated with you. I thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day. I hope you enjoy this intense portal tomorrow. There will be much integration. We have to focalize on turning within and listening to this guidance that will always show us the best potential outcomes. Sometimes God is silent, the Spirit is silent. So it is the time to we can actually have for ourselves to cultivate, to mature the understanding of what is our true desire and what we seek out of life. Thank you very much. Namaste.